I don't know who said it best. I think the term was obscene gerontocracy. It might have been the Hill or the Rising. I think Nikki Haley may have said the most exclusive nursing home. I want to give credit where credit was due because the depictions are absolutely genius. A brutal or obscene gerontocracy. But I want to clarify something. When you look at what's happening at the Senate right now, Mitch McConnell. By the way, this is not to mock anybody going through some neurological fugue. This is not to do that. But what we are seeing right now is something which you never thought was even possible. The idea, the realization, the reality of what appears to be severe limitations cognitively, emotionally, psychiatrically, psychologically, neurologically on people, from Dianne Feinstein, who was, I mean, there might even have been some type of a guardianship or something appointed in her behalf. John Fetterman, Exhibit A. God bless him. God bless him. But multiple strokes, cannot read, cannot comprehend. Mitch McConnell, as we know. Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, when she was running, she was in the Secretary of State, running for president. She went through these neurological fugues, the head jerking there. That Angelo Bruno look. I mean, it was horrible. But here's the best part. Nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. Nobody. They just, Joe Biden, I'm not going to go through the list of everything he's done. But yet when it was Trump, and you know this to be true, if Trump held a glass of water funnily or did anything that was at all different, they mocked him. He said he was unhinged. He was a psychopath. And the sock puppet bought and sold media bought into this and just did everything. Fell into place. It was incredible. When you saw this, it was incredible how they fell into place. My friends, I knew there was corruption, and I knew it was orchestrated, and I knew it worked along with the media as well. But I never had any idea it was this pronounced. It was this horrid. I never knew it was this ungodly. I had no idea. None. No idea. None. No clue. I had no clue. None. None. Now let me explain something to you. Let me be very, very clear. This is not about age. This is not about age. Term limits, yeah. That's good. That will help. But John Fetterman is not subject to age. I mean, his is another problem. One of these days, you're going to see somebody who's in a coma, something similar to or a la Woodrow Wilson, and you're going to be asking yourself, how in the name of God does this happen? How did we let this happen? Stand by, dear friend. Stand by, dear friend. It is time for me to ask you always to please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And as we talk about the various disasters that we have seen in the recent past, what is going to most certainly be something that you and your family will come up against. And that will be food shortages, closed stores, supply chain backups, strikes, inclement weather, just name it. I'm not going to go through the litany of everything that we have seen. But there isn't a day, seemingly, or a week that goes by when there's not some catastrophic weather disaster that we see on a regular basis. And it's beyond anything that we can imagine. And when this happened, stores close. And when stores close, there's no food. Listen to me. This is not hyperbole. But one of these days, when it hits the fan, you are going to need two things. Two things. One is ammunition to be used in some form of self-defense equipment, which I am not supporting or promoting at this time. And you're going to need food. You're going to wish to God that you had listened and gone to preparewithlionel.com, taken advantage of the $200 off of a 3-month emergency food kit, and just supplied. And every time you had the chance, every time you had the ability, you would build your larder, you would build your supply, your kit, your survival food kit. This is the best of the best. My Patriot Supply, this is the best. 25-year shelf life. Varieties of food you simply cannot imagine. There is nothing like it, period. That's simple. Preparewithlionel.com. Do this. 120 pounds of food stacked in reusable, waterproof buckets. The most incredible thing you've seen. Preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. 21 varieties, breakfast, lunches, dinners. Do the right thing. You know what to do. I don't have to convince you of this. Preparewithlionel.com. I can come up with some somewhat plausible, as you would call them, conspiracy theory as to why this is happening, why we are becoming more and more used to this notion of decrepit, sad, befuddled politicians. I don't know. Maybe one day this is all leading up to some AI, AGI component. That's not out of the possibility. But listen to me. I'm not here to make fun of people. This is, yes, term limits are good too. But this is an FU from the shadow government, the people who run the show, to tell you we're going to put anybody in there. And no matter how bad they are, they can be sitting staring. They may need special equipment to understand the simplest of ideas, to be able to communicate to you, involving decisions that they will have to make regarding war, survival, and the like. Irrespective of that, we are going to tell you whenever we want what we want. You aren't going to tell us anything. F you. You don't like Feinstein? F you. You don't like Fetterman? You think he's what? Out of it? F you. You don't like Joe Biden? F you. Mitch McConnell? F double F you. Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. They're ours. And if they're in a coma, if they're on a gurney, if they're on life support, and one day if they're dead and we're able to somehow capture the essence of their spirit through somewhere, we tell you when they go, not you. That's what this is about. It's called F you. You got it? That's what this is. That's the essence of this. That's where we stand. F. Sorry to be so glum. Sorry to be so brutal. Sorry to be so crude in an abbreviation sense, but that's precisely what it is. Thank you, my friends. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Please hit that little bell. And don't forget, preparewithlionel.com. Right now, while you can, while there's some moderate degree of calm, emergency food, you must start supplying your home, your family, your kit when the inevitable happens. And it's going to happen. I don't know what form, but they love chaos, especially when you're the victim of it. Thank you, dear friends. Have a great and a glorious day. And please, if you could and you would, brighten my northern skies, a great Nick Drakewood in tone, but also please, I ask you to comment as you see fit.